All right, y'all, good morning. It's Sunday morning. We're getting ready for the live. Coffee is making. Vader's smiling. So am I. Let me show you what I got going on. This is a little something different. And, okay, so it's not really, but it is. We're doing taco salads. But let me show you what I'm doing. We got this ground pork. Got it on sale. Yay, yay. But instead of taco season, I'm going to add this al pastor. Now, every time I see my cousins over in Noonan, Georgia, we always go to Kroger's, and I buy this. And then I leave it at their house. And then, so anyway, I finally brought one home, and I'm finally getting around to it. You know, salsa, sour cream, lettuce, some chopped onions, some cheese, some black beans. The idea is to take some of this, chop it up to make like tortilla strips, like chop it up, toast them in the pan to make tortilla strips go on top. Whoa, what is Black Betty doing out?
Black Betty,
so,
Black Betty,
okay, so
I hate the fact that nobody saw your little dance.
I'm gonna pass this over to Cub so she can hold it for a minute. Ready? Are you looking here?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
I'm going.
Oh, so here's Black Betty. Oh, wait a minute. There's nothing in there. What are you doing different? Let me show you. Take the grill rack. Okay.
Okay, following.
These are tortilla bowl, like taco bowl stuff. I found out about 15 minutes ago I can fit 3 of them in here.
Good job. High five.
Now, in my 12-inch Dutch oven, 2 sat like this. So I had to go to the bigger one. This is a 14-inch outdoor gourmet. It's about 3.5 gallons. So it's a pretty big pot. So that's why I can fit 3 of them in there. So the idea is, this is where it goes wonky, right? I put the tortilla shells in here. I have the burner on. I have the rack in there to get them up off the bottom so they don't burn. And
Or stick to the cast iron.
And I'll put the lid on. It'll trap the heat like an oven. And it'll toast our shells.
Okay.
So we'll come back and I will show you all whether it worked or not. So here's how it turned out. Shell held up pretty good. Cooked in the Dutch oven. What, about 40 minutes? Roughly about 40 minutes. These are just the chipotle tortillas we cut up and toasted to make tortilla strips. Go on the top. Yeah. Winner, winner. Good morning. How y'all doing this afternoon? Yeah. Cup of coffee kind of day. Just got up from a nap. Feeling blessed. Sitting out here in the garage. It's February 4th, 5th, something like that. February 5th. And it's 51 degrees outside. I got the garage door open. I'm just chilling. The wind's blowing a little bit. Got my ears a little cold. That's why I got the toboggan on. But it's a lightweight one. But anyway, had a great walk this morning. It was a bit windy, which made it chilly, even with this jacket on. you know, a couple years ago, I would have never thought I was 6 months ago. I wouldn't have thought I'd be doing this, and I enjoy it, and it got me thinking. This book that I've been reading, y'all check it out. This guy is the son of Charles Stanley, if y'all remember him. It's a pretty decent read. The guys that I work out with, I meet with in the mornings, they're going through this book chapter by chapter. Each week's a different chapter, and this last week we talked about the old parable of the guy who had a bumper crop. I mean, best crop of his life, and instead of thanking God and giving and helping others, he built a bigger barn. And the topic was on greed, and how he thought because he grew all that grain that it was all his, when all the other things that were put into play that allowed that grain to be grown, he said, no, none of that happened because it was all me. So then it got us on the topic of greed and the bigger barn syndrome, and it kind of hit home because my wife keeps asking me every time I get new cast iron that she's not approving of. Not approving of, because she doesn't approve of very many pieces. This last trip she approved of a couple. So, but when I bring some orphaned iron home and it needs cleaned up and all that, and she says, what am I doing with all this when you're gone? And my response is, you're going to have a yard sale and you're going to sell them for $3 a piece. But it just made me think about when my grandparents passed away. Well, we moved them out of out of the farmhouse that they lived in for 60 years, and then they went into assisted living, and we had to go through not only the house of 60 years and 5 kids worth of homesteading, farming, and life, but we also had to go through the barns and the workshops, and it leads you to that question of, if I have to build a bigger barn to hold my stuff, is it too much stuff? I look around at the garage and I see all kinds of stuff, and well, yeah, I need a bigger barn for my stuff, for my I may need at one point in time stuff. So I'm guilty of it too. And it got me thinking about greed is not only money or it's selfishness, right? With your time, with your finances, with your health. And that was one that just struck me, because if I am greedy with my health, like I don't want to, you go two ways with it, right? You either go all in and nothing matters but the gym, and your health is number one over everything, or you're the opposite and nothing matters, not even your health, right? Because you're greedy about other things that you put yourself way last, and until something bad happens, and then you go, why did in this case, in this parable, why did my grains get wet and start sprouting early? Or why did they get mice in them? Like, why did this happen? And as I'm learning in dad life, one of the phrases that has always stuck with me is, You got to prepare your fields. And if you don't put in the work in trying to prepare your fields or your kids for life, and it's all aspects of life, teaching them, they learn from what they see. So if they see you putting your health last, they put theirs last. If they see you being a gym rat and working out as their number one goal, or going to work and not being a part of the house, that's the stuff that they pick up, and they learn that, and they either resent you for it, or not emulate, they do the same thing. Imitate. So as we're going forward, I have to do it in my own area, in my own space, in my own world. What's important? I haven't swung a golf club at a driving range or a golf course in 20 years. Do I still need that set of clubs? Do I need over 50 pieces of cast iron? You know? Do I need 4 smokers? Stuff you got to ask yourself. If I haven't used this in 15 years, do I really need it still? So, because there's always somebody that's looking at your situation, the situation that you're cussing. Somebody's looking at that and saying, man, I wish I was there. So, that's it in a nutshell. I'm not going to spiel on. I mean, it's just some food for thought. Food for thought. And, yeah. So I challenge you in your day-to-day, look at where your kids are struggling, and then ask yourself, is that something that they learned from me that I can show them how to change without just telling them you can't do that and to change? If that makes sense. So, I've found some things that I notice a couple of my kids aren't good at. And I failed it. Take it back. I didn't fail. I didn't do a good job. That's a whole nother spiel on failure. I don't want to get started. But I want to... There's areas where I didn't do a good job, or any job, of explaining and showing by doing aspects that they're struggling with. And that's hard because now they're, the youngest one's 18, and it's kind of hard to teach now because they know it all. So anybody with kids knows what I'm talking about. So, y'all, we had a great show Sunday. We had a great day Sunday. Any day above the grass is a good day, especially when I get coffee and see my wife. And all 3 of those don't have to be in the same order. But those are the 3 things that I try to do every day. And if I see the kids or hear from the kids, that's the bonus. If I see a cardinal, which I've been seeing a lot of cardinals lately, those are little bonuses too. Because somebody's saying hi. And I need that. So, I hope y'all don't mind. I opened up a little bit, and, just something that was laid on me today. So, y'all, I'm going to finish this cup of coffee, get into the next chapter of Mr. Stanley. And, I don't know what the rest of the day is going to hold, but it's going to be warm. So, y'all, I want you to stay awesome. I just look at things differently. Try to look at the other lens. And be that change. It takes one act of kindness. It takes changing yourself for somebody else to notice, and they will start changing themselves for the better. So, all right, y'all. Well, you guys are awesome. Rock on. We all can do better, right, Kev? Rock on.